Hello everyone, happy International Women's Day and welcome to this event to female entrepreneurship in Istanbul and Cologne. I'm so glad to have all of you here. My name is Anna-Lena Kümpel. I'm a professional moderator and I have the honor to be your host today. We will meet some incredible female entrepreneurs today later from Istanbul and from Cologne, and we have not only the chance to listen to what they learned and what they are thinking about female entrepreneurship, we also want to drive exchange in this event. So later on, you will have the chance to talk to the female entrepreneurs, or you can get some input from experts about founding a startup or founding your own company from Cologne in German in our exchange rooms. That's what we've planned for today. And before we start, we really want to drive connection between women. So let's go into the chat and please write, where are you attending from and what are you doing? Maybe there are some women here who are interested in what you're doing and you can connect on LinkedIn, for example, to exchange after the event. Let's start and go into the chat. Where are you from? Okay. I can see where you're from now. It seemed about 50-50 Istanbul Cologne. But Istanbul seems to win. There are a bit more people from Turkey here. Okay, and I'm not sure if I can see what you write into the chat now. Please use this. And I have two wonderful women with me here, the two organizers of this event. And I first want to introduce Yeliz Karadeli-Yassar from the Association for the Promotion of the City Partnership Istanbul Cologne. Hi, Yeliz. How are you doing?
Hi, hello to everybody. Yes.
Can you tell us a bit about the association? What are you doing?
Yes, my name is Yeliz, and here are some informations about our association for the promotion of the city partnership, Cologne and Istanbul. In the meeting of the Cologne City Council in 1997, the majority of city councillors decided to partner with the city of Istanbul. The main conclusion is to bring the German and Turkish residents of Cologne and Istanbul together and make a contribution to mutual understanding. What we offer is various talks on politics, history, culture and arts, film presentations, business tours and student exchanges, for example, in Cologne and Istanbul. So I'd like to wish you a very warm welcome, and I'm looking forward to a lovely exchange. Thank you.
Thank you, Yeliz. Next to you, we see Antje Lienert from KölnBusiness Wirtschaftsförderung. Antje, what's the role of KölnBusiness here?
Yeah, we support all founders, all companies in Cologne, or companies that come to Cologne. And yeah, looking at the ecosystem, startup ecosystem, we support also diversity. And I'm so happy that we celebrate diversity and city friendship today. I mean, we have very turbulent times today, and we all with our thoughts half here, half in the Ukraine, but I'm really happy that we can also send a positive sign of friendship and diversity out to the world.
Thank you so much. One question before we start with, well, I know you have female founders in your heart, Antje. Why do you think it is so important to support female entrepreneurs in both cities?
Yeah, so I mean, we have only 16% female founders in Cologne, and I mean, you just need to quote studies and so on. Diverse teams are more successful, and we need also the female side for successful teams. And so this is one economical reason to promote women entrepreneurship, but for sure there are also other reasons. So other perspectives, other views on things. Also also when it comes to also products. I mean, there also are studies on different medical approaches when it comes to women and men and so on. So I think 50% of manhood should not be ignored.
Yes, Yildiz, are there the same reasons for Istanbul?
Yes, I'm thinking a majority of women want to do something in life, but they lose courage, and often they give up. And women entrepreneurs play a significant role in producing jobs and in development, especially in developing countries like Turkey. That's why it's so important to be a female entrepreneur as a role model.
Thank you, the two of you. Thank you for organizing all of this here. And we will meet you at the end of the event. You will be backstage now. See you later.
Bye-bye.
Before we jump into the panel, I'm very happy to tell you that this event is being supported by the mayors of Istanbul and Cologne, and they have sent some warm words via video to us. Let's start with Ekrem İmamoğlu. He's the mayor of Istanbul, and this is what he has to say.
İstanbul'dan Köln'ün güzel insanlarına en sıcak selamlarımı gönderiyorum. İstanbul ile Köln'ün kardeş şehir olmasının 25. yılını ve 8 Mart Dünya Kadınlar Günü'nü kutluyorum. İstanbul ile Köln arasındaki işbirliği kentlerimizin birçok alanda gelişimine çok önemli katkılarda bulunuyor. Bugün kadın girişimciliği çerçevesinde gerçekleşecek dijital etkinliğinde kadın girişimcilerimiz arasındaki bağın güçlenmesi ve yeni kadın girişimcilere ilham olması açısından çok değerli olduğuna inanıyor. Hepinize yürekten başarılar diliyorum.
And Cologne's Mayor Henriette Rika also sent some video greetings.
Dear Mayor İmamoğlu, dear female entrepreneurs, dear students and potential founders, dear participants. My name is Henriette Rika and I'm the mayor of the city of Cologne. Today we celebrate two important occasions. Firstly, we celebrate that about 25 years ago, on the 15th of March 1997, the sister city partnership between Istanbul and Cologne was founded. And secondly, we are looking ahead to the 8th of March, the International Women's Day. It's a day that promotes gender equality, a world free of bias, stereotypes and discrimination. What topic would be better to support these occasions than female entrepreneurship? I'm convinced that today's event will strengthen our sister city relationship and empower future generations of female founders in Istanbul and Cologne. If you are interested in Cologne as a business location or even about to start your own business here, you can approach the team of the KölnBusiness Economic Development Agency. They are happy to support you. Please enjoy the conference today and may you all stay strong, united and ambitious.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy that this event is getting that much support. But I'm sure you're now waiting to getting to know our female founders from Cologne and Istanbul. And we have invited some amazing women. From Istanbul, we have Asude Altintas, co-founder and CEO of Twin Science, Sedef Egomos, CEO of BNY. We have Esma Cinokur from Future of Mobility. And from Cologne, we have Céleste Kleinjans, co-founder of Mindside, and Merda Yilmaz, founder of Banyo. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Glad to have you. Happy International Women's Day. How are you doing?
Fine. Happy International Women's Day.
Fine?
Thank you.
Everyone
You
fine?
too. Yes, thank you.
Beautiful.
you.
Let's start with a quick introduction round. Asude, let's start with you. What's your business?
Sure. Thank you for the invitation, by the way, and Anna. I'm Asude, one of the co-founders and CEO of Twin Science. Twin is a purpose-led, purpose-driven STEM company. We have physical and digital tools for children age 5 to 14, and we teach them STEM topics like coding, robotics, AI, and game development. But we have a different approach. We have double-winged approach. We mean mind and heart by double wing. So we want children to have the basic skills for the future and to use those skills for the betterment of humanity. I will tell the details of the business in a while.
Mm-hmm. And when did you found your company? When did you start?
Actually, on the paper, it's 2017, but our journey started 12 years ago in an NGO in Turkey. Me and my co-founders, we met in YGA. It's Young Guru Academy, the most prominent NGO in Turkey. Every year, 50,000 university students apply, and those 50 of them are selected, and those 50, they create purpose-driven tech initiatives, and Twin is just one of them. We had focused on science education all over Turkey, and we worked with more than 20,000 children all across the Anatolia. We work in refugee camps, underprivileged schools, orphanages, and we work with more than 20,000 children, and we created Twin to use in those workshops. So it didn't start as a startup, but started as a social responsibility project in 2016. Mm-hmm. And in 2017, we turned into a business to make the project sustainable and scale.
How are you financed?
Actually, we raised £3 million, $4 million so far as seed round investment. We are also making sales. We made a cumulative $5 million as sales. And as I said, raised $4 million as seed round investment. We raised this seed round in 3 parts. I will tell the funding process in a while. Mm-hmm. But so we are now in the process of raising Series A.
Why did you become a founder?
Actually, it was a very organic process, you know. So we started as a social responsibility project. We made a television show on CNN Turkish channel. It was a different story because I had no previous TV experience, and mm-hmm. we were on the TV. We were presenting science to children, and mm-hmm. it was a turning point for Twin because lots of teachers and parents started to ask, "Where can we buy your products?" And then we just spun off from YGA and created our own company. So we were not thinking about what will we become or what will be our position or title. We just had a problem to solve in this world because we were aware that the future will be different and children must be ready for the future. But as well as we have global crisis, as we witness today, so they need to be solved. So this generation will solve this problem. So this was our cause. Around this cause, we started to work, and eventually we created a startup, and I became the co-founder. So I didn't dreaming about being a co-founder, but it was a very organic way to do that.
You slid it in by accident, kind of.
By accident, yeah.
It sounds like that. Thank you, Asude.
Thank you, Anna.
Tell me about your business, please. Tell us about your business.
Sure. We are a food startup company, an e-commerce company. I'm the CEO and also one of the partners of the company. Our mission was, and my dream was to bring natural and healthy food to the community because I'm a caring woman, and as caring woman, you know, food and quality things are always at the center of everything. So we are a caring team. We are a caring team mainly working with female founders because, you know, female founders are always more, they like details, they like to solve problems. As I said, I have taken many notes, and I want to thank to you also meeting us today here because I think we have lots of things in common, and we have to talk afterwards how we can collaborate together because our target profiles are also the same. We are also both mother and kid oriented company for the natural foods, and we are quite customer oriented. At the center of everything, there is the customer. We only want to tell about the new products, about the new trends, about the healthy products, about the labels. That's really our mission. Our aim is not to sell at all, but is to educate. Also, I always tell my colleagues and my team that we are in the education business. Indeed, we are not in the food business, but we had to tell about what's going on globally in the food sector and what is happening good, what is happening bad. We have to guide them. So that is one of our mission. And one of the aims was also to make people aware of bee products and propolis. Propolis is a very interesting immune supporter. As a mother, for my 2 kids and for my family, I'm using it for the last 10 years. And thanks to propolis, our immune system was always up. So I wanted to just good products to the community. That was how it started indeed.
Okay, so you're doing e-commerce and you're selling those products, right?
That's true, right.
Okay. When did you start?
When did I start? When I was listening to Asude, I was thinking the same. Indeed, I didn't have a dream at all to be a founder of anything. Even when I was young, when I was at the university stage, I was thinking that I should be at worst a manager, because if you're a CEO, there are lots of responsibilities, and I don't want to take the responsibilities with the family and the kids. That's why I was even running away from the responsibilities. But since I'm a very responsible person, I ended up solving the problems which I think that they should be solved. That's why I set up this company in 2019 in February. It was my first visit to Düsseldorf, and I've set up the company.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so someone else who kind of slided into entrepreneurship.
Definitely.
How are you financed?
We are, one of our partners have financed us.
So you're bootstrapped?
Yep, bootstrapped.
Okay, thank you. We are getting back to you later. And our third founder from Istanbul is Esma. Esma, you're working for a future of mobility. What is that company doing?
Actually, our company name is Yolcu 360, but we would like to say that we are trying to, create the future of mobility. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that we are doing right now. And with our new company, we will offer alternative mobility solutions without your own vehicle, whether it's a car or e-bikes. So with free floating vehicle renting system from, different types of cars, actually. So that's our main business right now.
Mm-hmm. And you're not a founder to that company. Can you tell me a short version of that story? Why are you there and why are you a founder although?
I actually founded my own company a few years ago called Project Greta. We were producing these smart devices for recycling at the source using image processing technology. And we were bootstrapping back then. But unfortunately, the pandemic and depreciation of the TL against the dollar affected our business very badly. So today I'm working at Yolcu 360 as CEO office executive. And right now, actually, we are working on founding another company. And I'm the leading person here. So even I have the support of Yolcu 360 right now, I'm still experiencing a lot of startup challenges. So I may, call myself a founder. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why you are here. When did you found your company?
I think it's 2018. Yeah.
Okay, a few years ago. And how are you financed at Yolcu?
The other company we were bootstrapping at Yolcu, we received finance back actually. For our new company, there's nothing right now. We only have the apps and the system IoT devices for this free floating system, but we already get funded with thanks to a female investor actually. Around $5 million. We raised around $15 million actually.
And why did you choose to become a founder?
Back then, I was saying that, to create a meaningful change for me, for my friends, for everybody actually. When I look at it, especially the tech world is still unfortunately a man's world. The theme of this year International Women's Day is break the bias. So this is, I think, one of the things that I want to highlight whatever I do, whether I'm a founder or not. I think right now more than ever it is key for more women to get a seat at the table and then make it count, so that our voices can be heard, we can implement change. And this doesn't necessarily just mean set a seat on a board or senior leadership team. I mean, anywhere in an organization where key decisions are being made, we can be there. We can invite ourselves or insert, and once there, make sure our voice counts. Speak your point of view without an apology, and even that feels daunting or risky. I think this is one of the things that guide me through this path, I think.
Okay, thank you. We will also get back to you later. Let's go to our founders from Cologne. Céleste, tell me about Mindside, please.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. Very nice to meet you all. Very interesting women here and around. My name is Céleste Kleinjans, and I'm founder of the Cologne-based mHealth startup Mindside. And what we actually do with Mindside, so our vision is to make mental training as natural as sports, like eating healthy. So mental health is a big issue in our society right now also. So we're confronted with much stress. So Mindside is a mobile app which promotes self-reflection and mindfulness, and gives perfect fitting exercises from that field the end from the users. And we founded our startup in 2019. Yeah, so that's actually what we're doing.
How are you financed?
So we're completely bootstrapped. So.
And did you always wanted to become a founder?
And not always. Also was kind of a process, but actually I wanted to make an impact, and I wanted to fulfill my for what I'm standing for, and was also progress.
Okay, so the last lady in the round is Merda Yilmaz. Merda, you founded Banyo. Tell us a bit about
hello.
your company.
So nice to meet you all. And I see that we all, like a lot of you, have the same founding year as me. So Banyo was also founded in 2019. And I'm so happy to be a part of this today. But I have to say that I have a problem with the audio. So don't mind if I ask you, if you have to ask me twice.
Okay, can you tell us a bit about Banyo, please?
Yeah, of course. So Banyo is actually, I founded Banyo in 2019 when I did a semester in Istanbul. I studied psychology. And when I was there, I was always like looking around, and my family is from Istanbul, so it's the perfect fit. I was born and grew up in Germany, Cologne, and we always travel to Istanbul, so this is all really perfect for me. And Banyo is a retail concept, and we are selling soap, the olive oil soap, so the traditional hammam soap in Germany. And we have 2 stores, one store in Bonn and one store in Cologne. But I also have a company in Istanbul that is Go Green. So we are, I will tell you a lot more afterwards, but we are all about connecting sustainable brands and sustainable labels with traditional producing in Turkey. And also local producing. So we're working with small producing companies where we want to share the idea of sustainable producing. Because I was always thinking, I want to do a change in the world, and this maybe is the reason why I studied psychology. I wanted to do something good. I wanted to help the people, and I realized that a really big thing is this environmental, like the climate change is a really big thing, and how to combine people with climate change in a nice way. Like that was the big question for me, and I realized that consuming is something that we are all doing. So we're all consuming something, and this consuming is a really big problem, especially with the topic plastic, like all the plastic that we are consuming. So we worked 2020. I only worked on building a retail concept that is completely plastic free. So every product we have in our store, even the floor, even the walls, are without any plastic or anything that could do any damage afterwards if we one day have to put it all down. And yeah, so somehow Go Green was born because of Banyo, because we saw there is a big gap between like local stores who want to find something who produces sustainable, but they were all like connecting to China for producing. And I thought Turkey is such a wonderful country and they have so many goods and we're so good at producing. So I said I will use this and make the connections with our other companies as well.
How are you financed?
I think it's I never heard bootstrap actually. We have a business angel who did the investment in 2020. Is that bootstrap?
Not really. It's something in the middle. So you have raised some money, but not from a VC company, for example. So bootstrapping is like just using your own money and growing from cash flow.
Okay.
But I think you do kind of a mixed model.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So in 2020, we got an investment. Yeah, and our vision is to show the big players out there that we can do it plastic free.
Yeah. When did you know that you wanted to become a founder?
I think in university when they started to do this networking events for startups for pitching. And there I saw that there is like the opportunity to be your own chef and do your own business and still do good in the world. Yeah.
Okay, so when you heard about it, you wanted to jump in.
Yeah.
What was very interesting, when we prepped that event, I had some talks with every one of you. So we met before, and I heard that most of you do not identify as female founders explicitly. And I just wanted to know why. Said if you were one of those of the founders who said, I'm not sure if I identify as a female founder. Why is that?
Indeed, it's not only I don't identify myself as a female founder. I've never classified myself as a female manager or as a female CEO, because I worked for almost 25 years for financial sector, and I was a female CEO. First, I was a female manager, then a CEO. Always going up. Why is that? Because I think identifying and classifying or labeling yourself as a female worker, I think it's a discrimination that we are doing to ourselves. I think we are all human beings. We have always the same rights. For sure, we have different approaches compared to men, different way of handling things. But I think women are more talented on taking care of things because we are more detail oriented and we can manage things in parallel. Since we have to manage at the same time the family, the children, and the business. So it's a more complicated business to handle for women. So business, it's a piece of cake for most of us because yeah, definitely. We are managing already lots of things. So it's in the middle. Okay, I can also manage that. That's why I have never thought myself as a female worker at none of my business time. Even I think if we label ourselves like that, we put ourselves as a glass ceiling to ourselves. So I don't feel it really deeply inside that I'm a female founder. I'm just a human being who is seeing problems and who is trying to solve problems in my own way. That's how I see.
Okay, and Céleste, we've talked about the same questions. Why don't you identify as a female founder?
Yeah, I can just agree with what was just said, but also for me, I didn't face many problems or obstacles in my career as a founder right now. I think this is also a point because I'm in the tech scene and I wasn't confronted with much problems, and we were bootstrapped. I think that is also a point. I think when you want to raise money or VC money, what I hear from other women is that they are facing problems by getting investment, but because we're completely bootstrapped, and I didn't face any. I wasn't not confronted with any problems, let's say, that I felt discriminated at some time. The only thing is that I didn't meet many other female founders in the tech scene, actually. So you see more men. So that's why I don't see myself, especially as a female founder. Also, we are a diverse team, and diversity is, I think, the thing, and to be just a human being, what matters, what is just being said. Yeah.
You see more men. That's also what Antje said before in the introduction. In Germany, we have about 16% of female founders. In Turkey, I found some different numbers, but it seems to be around 9 to 12%. So there are so many less female founders than male founders. Why do you think is that, Esma? Do you have any idea?
Actually, I think one of the biggest reasons is this unconscious gender bias that impacts women entrepreneur in every industry. Also, I have seen that, how men are more likely to ask while women don't. The ability to shamelessly ask for advice or anything is shared by most successful entrepreneurs. But unfortunately, the education system in Turkey, the way society looks at women, also the social pressure that girls face as they grow up affect many of us, I think. And that's one of the biggest reasons. And also there's the other obstacle I think is about funding. When it comes to funding, most of the times women are treated differently as compared to, men by investors. Despite having, identical pitches, they face great difficulty in raising capital for their businesses. And there are also some researches that backs that up. And this is sad. I think one of the obstacle is also funding.
What sounded very interesting, is it kind of that you say women are not raised to be good founders in Turkish society?
We are more oppressed, I think, when we compare to men's, actually.
Okay.
This is one of the things, unfortunately, in Turkey, I think.
Melda, what's your view on that point?
I have to say I completely agree with that. And I also I'm living in Germany, and normally people think, she's living in Germany and they have to, they're more open-minded and you can do whatever you want here. But I have to say that my grandfather came here as for work in the 60s, and I was raised really traditional, but I always had my own mind, and I always I was always more boyish, so I just did the thing I wanted to do. But I also when I said I'm going to do this, there were some obstacles, so also cultural. Like when I told my family in Turkey that I'm doing this, not everyone was okay with it, and not everyone supported me. And I think it's a cultural thing, I guess, and it's also growing up, and you're growing up as a woman, and you're growing up as a future wife. Maybe also I experienced that, and I guess there are different experiences, but this is my point of view. It can always be something different, but I also experience this as a woman. You are treated differently also in Germany. It's not only about Turkey. It's also here. It's also here if you're looking for an investment, or if you're sitting at a table with big businessmen And I just had a 4 hour meeting this morning, and I was the only woman. And I said, "Hey, it's World Women's Day," and yeah, I just realized that most of the time when I sit down with managers or investors, they are men, and I think yeah, it's a cultural thing also. Like maybe Turkish culture will be more open-minded in the next generations, but there are some reasons. My grandfather always wanted to be safe for us, so maybe being an entrepreneur is something risky, and they lived a really risky life back then, leaving their country for work, leaving their family behind. And I think they wanted for us to be safe and to go in a safe job and don't worry about existence. So I think maybe this is also one reason that they want
But
safety
why
for
does
us.
that count for girls so much more than for boys? Because we have a lot more male founders.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I think it's we have to like it's such a big topic, and we have to start changing today by raising our kids differently or spreading awareness for younger women. And yeah, I think it needs to change. You know, back 100 years ago, we couldn't even vote in some countries. So there's a change, and sometimes it takes time, but I think we are a good generation to change this stuff.
Yeah. Okay, let's go through that obstacles you talked about. Esma brought up funding, and I think that's a very, very big topic. So that I would like to start with you because you have a background in the finance industry. Do you have any idea why it is so much harder for women to raise funding for their startups than it is for men?
Yeah, before doing that, can I say a couple of words what Mada has said?
Please.
Yeah, thank you for that. I have 2 girls. I think having role models around is also makes a lot of sense, and it counts a lot. You know, since I'm an entrepreneur, and I was talking about at the home about entrepreneurship, about the difficulties that I'm having, about the challenges, or about the upside potentials. They are living that, and my 2 daughters, both of them are dreaming to have their own jobs. I mean, one of them is 14, the other is 17, and both of them are visualizing their brands, their brand identity, on which area they are going to work, their marketing plans. You know, whatever I do and I talk, I mean, they are also copying that. So I think having role models around and creates an impact. That's why indeed here, as female founders, though we don't identify ourselves as female founders, I think we give people courage to take these steps. I just wanted to share this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to you. And about the financial side, I think we should look what men are doing on their side also first, and we should make an analysis. What I've seen is that I'm in the sector for about 30 years. They trust themselves and they don't explain themselves too much. You know, as women, since we are quite detail oriented, I think we take time and effort to explain ourselves a lot. We give lots of details. We give more than it's required. And when we give too much, then the other party starts to think, oh, I mean, why she's giving so much details? You know, men, let's face this fact that, the funding is more with the male. So, be it the financial sector, be it the private sector, be it the JVCs, it's more a man-oriented world. A couple of things that I'm repeating to myself. First, I'm talented, so it's not about being a man or woman. Second, I have the experience, so they cannot find anybody better than myself because I'm talented, I'm passionate, I'm hardworking. So it's not a man or woman issue. I think we shouldn't put ourselves like these type of barriers. Women will not be funded, men will be funded. I think it's my belief. I always quote it myself to you. I don't even see it as a barrier. I agree, Melda, that most of the times, especially in the financial sector, I was alone in the tables. And even before that, I've studied civil engineering in Middle East Technical University, we were very few in number of girls in the all universities. I'm a little bit used to that. I think I don't see it as a barrier, but for sure, since men they understand themselves better, they have their own simple way of communication. That's why I was saying that maybe we should analyze how they're doing things, and we should try to copy what's already done also.
Mm-hmm. We have two women here who had a successful funding process, so let's see what they did and if we could copy that. Asude, I would love to start with you. Can you take us into your funding process? What did you do to raise your money?
Yeah, sure, Anna. So it was not an easy process, so to speak, because when we started raising, the ecosystem in Turkey was not developed that much. It was not specifically about being a woman or about, it's about the ecosystem and being risk averse. The Turkish ecosystem is very much risk averse. So we raised our seed round in 3 parts. It's not an unusual, it's an unusual way, So $4 million in 3 parts. First 500K came from angel investors who believed in our cause, and we used those investments to produce produce and manufacture our hardware kits. And the second one was on Seeders, UK-based acute crowdfunding platform. It's kind of a like crowdsourcing platform who has the shares. And we raised £1.5 million, $2 million from 400 investors from 25 different countries. And it was a good go-to-market strategy for us because we were brand new in the UK and we made a successful campaign. It raised our presence in the UK. So we used those investments to build our own development technology team and develop a software products for kids. So we created end-to-end hybrid solution, physical and digital. And thirdly, our products were ready. We were ready, but we need marketing budgets to announce it, to show it to parents and increase our presence in the UK. So recently, we just closed our press series A, $1.5 million, and we will it will be spending on marketing in the UK mostly. So I think in the early stage, investors look at everything, almost traction, team, timing, and product idea. But the most important thing I have witnessed that is the team. They are looking at the team because the idea will evolve, the products will evolve, but it's important. The team will make all of those changes, so all of these pivots. I think I was lucky because we have a complementary team and we knew each other for almost 12 years. And we have a very complementary strength areas in the team. And I think it would be my advice to the audience that look at your team and be sure that you have a complementary team members in your co-founders. So because the ideas will change, the products will pivot, but you will be all together in this journey. And being diverse is always better as genders, as leadership styles, as I don't know, in political views as well. I think the more diverse you are, the more efficient you will be.
Thank you so much. Melda, you also raised some money. We just pointed out that you have that mixed model and you have a business angel. How did you found your angel? We don't hear you. I'm not sure why.
Oh, sorry.
You muted yourself.
As I told you, the first
at least once in every digital event, it's a rule that it has to be in a digital event. Thank you so much for bringing it up.
You're welcome. So, as I told you, the first thought about being an entrepreneur came in my mind while I was visiting some networking events at the university, where it was about pitching your idea, even if you don't have a team or even if you don't have a product. You could stand at the front and just tell the people what you were thinking. And there were some people from different different business strengths. Can I say it like that? I think so. And I think I founded Banyo in 2019, and I started immediately networking. I started looking around. I found like the first funding I did by myself. I used, I think, 5,000 to 6,000 euros to create the first products and my cards and stuff like this, and the packaging. And then I started to reach out to people I know, people who know people. And after 9 months, there was one, like the business angel I recently told you about. And he has experience over 40 years in retail. So he was interested in the idea to do retail and give the world something back, as we work with how do I say it? Maybe someone knows it. It's more Salcom. It's a housing for women who had to leave their families because of several reasons, and we are producing with them. So they're sitting at their houses, and they are doing like this little purses for the soaps, and everything we do gives something back. And he was he loved the idea. He also liked the people who stand in for it. So this is something is really important. You are like, I'm in a different sector. Maybe this is why it's a little bit different. But what I learned in the last two and 3 years is that you are representing your company. So you have to like stand in for your company and for the values you are creating. It has to be authentic. And this was the reason why I got the first investment, because they believed in me, they believed in our team, and they believed in the idea. And this is of course, it's not 1 in a million. A lot of people say it's 1 in a million to find something like this. I saw it before. And I think I found it about networking.
Yeah.
And what else do I want to say? Yeah, about we are going in the, like, we created the retail concept, and we are creating more products and more ideas, and we're going in the second investment round. So yeah, this year we're going to do the second investment.
Good luck for that.
Thank you.
Another obstacle that we talked about is the simple lack of awareness. Girls do not have in mind that it is an option to be an entrepreneur. And we should talk about how to raise awareness. And I heard something from all of you. And Esma, I know that you had a lot of awareness. Where did it come from? Why did you know that you really wanted to be an entrepreneur?
Actually, I don't know if I can describe myself as aware, but I've always been someone who asked for more, actually. So I was always looking for an easier way to do any job. So, and also I'm very lucky. I had very good mentors, especially at the university.
Okay, so mentors are a huge thing?
Definitely.
Céleste, I know that you are a mentor yourself, and you're trying to help women with getting awareness or getting some information. Can you tell us a bit about your work?
Definitely, because you're asking to Céleste, right?
Yes.
Sorry for that.
Everything's fine. No worries.
I thought maybe I heard it wrong.
You're so polite, all of you. I love you so much.
So it starts actually also with I have a stepdaughter. She's 12, so it starts with girls in a family circle to support them, to give them the option that there is also a path for women to be an entrepreneur, to be a manager. So in a circle, and then also talking with a lot of women about their opportunities, about their ideas, to actually support them by just doing it, because many women, they think that they are not competent enough to do such things. So it's very important that actually also we as women stand together and empower us and give ourselves advices to be a strong community. I think that's also a lack there. So many women are fighting for themselves and they don't have such a strong network of other women which empower them. I think this is very important that we as women also stand together and push ourselves.
Yeah, I want to add something here. So my network who brought me the investment was actually a friend of mine who's also an entrepreneur. So that's the perfect example.
Yeah, just talk to people and getting together and just spreading the word that being an entrepreneur is a very good idea. And in terms of mentorship, Esma, I know you work at the startup now, and you told me in our prep call that you learn a lot from just being a part of that company. Do you think it's a good way to just work for another startup to start to grow your network and find some mentors?
Definitely. While working for a company, you will not be on your own. You can use the networks of other people. You can use the networks of your CEO, your investors. So I think if you think you are not ready yet, it's the best way to start your business. And also you are using other people's money again.
Yeah.
Or you take risk actually.
You can sneak into that and learn something and create some value for another company.
Definitely.
Asude, you told me that you had a lot of mentors, female mentors and male mentors. How did you find them? And also, how did you decide who was a good mentor and who not?
It's a very good question, Anna, because first of all, I love Isaac Newton's quotation. He says, if I have seen further, it's by standing on the shoulders of giants. So I think it's important for us to find and follow these giants. So, and someone from history can be your mentor, first of all. For example, Turkish philosopher Yunus Emre is a mentor for me because I'm trying to understand his teachings day by day. He is the best example of being double-winged, our philosophy, because he is full of love and full of wisdom. So one of the mentor of mine was from history. And I have another mentor, Mehmet. When I met him, I saw the living state of Yunus Emre because I have witnessed that how a person can be both selfless and dedicate himself to the betterment of humanity and using science and cutting-edge technology. So again, double-winged. So I understood that the wise people, they didn't belong to history, but we have them today, so they can be your mentors. Another mentor of mine, Professor Mehmet Toner from Harvard and MIT. I met him in YGA, and I was so lucky. He was a mentor of mine. So I learned a lot from him. But basically, he taught that the science is not about being in the lab with a white shirt, but science is all about asking questions, being curious. And science is about, science is the way to seek the truth, let's say. So this is why we started Twin, to raise double-winged generations who are asking questions and being curious. And I have had many great women mentors who have encouraged me a lot. I was very lucky. So if I'm here today, I think it's because what I learned from all of them. And maybe for the audience, it's a very good starting point to define your cause first. What is the problem that you want to solve? And look for the people, look for the mentors who have walked this way before you and learn a lot from them. I think it's the best way to learn from the experienced people.
Okay, time is running and we're heading to the end of the panel now. So I want all of you to step in the role of a mentor for our audience for a minute and give find your greatest piece of wisdom that from your experience. what do you want to share? It can be very, very small and explicit, or it can be a broad and great wisdom. What is in your mind? Sedef, I would love if you started.
Sure. What I can say that it's a long path and it's not an easy path. It will not be easy. There are always ups and downs. There's a graph. I always like it a lot. I mean, what you dream like when you want to be an entrepreneur, it will always go up. It's not like that. There's always very downs, and that there will be days and times that you will feel alone or you will regret. So you have to keep in mind that, I mean, you have to always be focused. If you succeed, if you are successful, you need to work. If you are not successful, you need to work again. I think I've seen in Guray articles. I like that. Yes, it's a long and it's a path that you need to work a lot with your team. That's true.
Thank you, Sedef. Esma, your small piece of advice.
Just don't wait for permissions. Just start, own your idea and your right to proceed, actually. And because this is International Women's Day, if you're in a position to do so, champion and advocate for other women to join your table, actually.
Thank you so much. Meda.
Be aware of your worth and be aware of your talents. And it is never the right time to start. Don't try to be perfect. Just start. Yeah.
Thank you. Asude.
Yeah, I think when we are having hard days and like dark days, let's say, and when we look at the history, when it was dark outside, the best people, best leaders enlightened outside with their inner light. So don't be influenced by the outside, but to influence outside with your inner light, because you are here today, you have a reason for being here, you have a fire inside you. So let's enlighten the outside with your inner light. It was my advice.
Thank you. And the last one, Céleste.
Yes, be honest to yourself, be in touch with yourself, know your needs, and when you know all that and you're honest with yourself, then you're on the right path. Nothing can go wrong.
Thank you. Especially after that last round, I fell in love with all of you again. That was beautiful. Thank you so much for your time and your effort that you put into that panel. And thank you for your insights and your advice. I appreciate very much that you have been here today. And you are still here, because now we go into the community part of that event, and we split into 2 rooms where you can connect to all the founders you have met here in room 1. And there's a second room. It's a German-speaking room, and you will meet a lot of experts from Cologne who can help you if you want to found your own company. We have a great support system in that city, and you will learn who can be there for you in the second room. We have 25 minutes for that, so we will be back at 5:25 p.m. German time, Cologne time, and 7:25 Istanbul time here in the main room. And you can find that rooms when you go to the menu bar left under Räume or rooms, in which language ever you're using Wordly. So you can just jump over there, and we will see again in 25 minutes here. Thank you so much to all of you again, and see you in 25 minutes. Bye.